Caption Close Austin, amid calls by children's advocacy groups for the state to close its 6 remaining juvenile lockups, and ongoing investigations into a chronic pattern of sexual assaults at those centers, a legislative committee on Tuesday is expected to open an inquiry into how to divert more teenage offenders into community-based programs rather than state custody. The hearing comes a decade after a headline-grabbing scandal over sex abuse and an official cover-up sparked a top-to-bottom legislative overhaul of the state's youth corrections system, from the firings of top officials to sweeping reforms to the closure of more than half of the state-run lockups. With at least 2 investigations currently underway into problems at the McLennan County State Juvenile Correctional Facility in Mart and the Gainesville State School, members of the Senate Finance Committee said Monday they want answers about continuing high rates of recidivism, staff turnover, staff injuries, and insurance claims. Those are the same issues that have plagued the system for years. A 2010 federal report said sexual abuse of youths in Texas state lockups was among the highest in the country. Some lawmakers said they want to consider whether the outcomes for incarcerated youths might be better if the state closed its remote lockups that internal reports show are plagued by staffing shortages, gang activity, and sexual assaults. Internal reports circulating Monday among legislative leaders show most of the youths incarcerated at the Gainesville lockup and in the trouble-plagued Giddings State School are being held for violent crimes including murder, aggravated assault, robbery, and aggravated sex crimes. Most are 17 and 18 years old, according to the report, a copy of which was obtained by the Houston Chronicle. Last week, 4 Texas civil rights and youth justice reform groups called on the state to close all of its remaining lockups and replace them with community-based treatment and rehabilitation centers, the same recommendation that other groups made after the scandal in 2007. The move by the American Civil Liberties Union of Texas, Texans Care for Children, Texas Appleseed, and the Texas Criminal Justice Coalition comes as confirmed allegations of sexual abuse of incarcerated teenagers at the Gainesville State School have sparked renewed demands by legislative leaders to stop the criminal misconduct. If adopted, the recommendations would take the Texas Juvenile Justice Department out of the business of incarcerating youths in remote state-run lockups for the first time in years. Texas juvenile justice system grew from a network of orphanages and work farms into training centers that gradually became secure facilities across the state. Recidivism remains high in the state-run lockups, all located in remote areas, and is much lower in the county programs where youths remain closer to their homes, where they can participate in rehabilitation and treatment programs. The internal report shows that the rearrest rate among youths released from the state-run juvenile lockups was nearly 74% in 2014, 3 years after their release. That was down from more than 76% in 2010.